So this time, for the second figure in Series 14 of the DC Universe Classics, this Walmart exclusive wave, I'll be doing Obsidian. Or, for some reason, they have him named here Todd Rice, which is his real name. Looking here at the back of the package, you can see his biography, statistics, the other figures that came in the wave. Commandy, Tyr, Gold, Hourman, Zatanna, and his father Green Lantern, along with the Collected Connect figure, the Ultra Humanite. Like father, like son, he has a pretty bad open mouth sculpt. That because of his black mask here, or black face, the whites of his teeth really show up, and I really don't like it. I'm not sure how they could have done better. I've also noticed that a lot of this wave have problems with their limbs because of the positions that they were put in the packaging, and his left arm here is really bent at the elbow here, and at the bicep too. You know, maybe some of the tricks of the trade, the hot water or hair dryer might fix that, but I don't think so. I think it's unfortunate that Mattel feels like they've got to pose these guys very dynamic in the packaging, and I think that over time that really warps the figure's limbs, you know, their legs and their arms. The Green Lantern is the only figure in here that really hasn't suffered from that. And that's something that I've really both this wave and wave 15, I'm becoming aggravated at Mattel for doing that, because they're ruining nice figures. They just put the figure in there in a very nice static, you know, normal pose. I think it would be just fine. But because they're doing like all these dramatic poses like that, it looks cool in the packaging, but it'll bend these guys out of shape. So the paint job on this guy is pretty nice. I mean, you've got the very dark blue and the black with the more metallic blue on his clasp here and his belt, with the gray cape. The gray cape is very nice. You can probably see the details on the stitching at the end of the cape, the hood there. That's pretty cool. Nice white eyes staring out from the black part of his face. Now for accessories, comes with the left arm of the Collect and Connect figure. It comes with the left arm of the Collect and Connect figure, collector's button, and that's it. For his articulation, he's got a pretty good range of motion, having no real hair or anything in the back there to prevent him from going back. So you get some pretty nice range of motion there. His cape does hinder his arms just a little bit, not too much though. They go in and out. He rotates at the bicep, bends at the elbow, rotates at the wrist. It's got waist articulation, although he has a hard time staying crunched over like that. The plastic forces him back up into a neutral stance there. He does have waist articulation, although it is quite tough with the way the belt is shaped here. His legs are the typical DC Universe Classics legs, forward, out, rotate at the thigh, bend at the knee, bend at the ankle. Being a very big Infinity Inc. fan, I was glad to finally get an Obsidian figure. DC Direct didn't even get to this guy before Mattel did. Todd Rice first appeared in All-Star Squadron number 25 in 1983. And Todd was the son of Alan Scott and Rose Canton, who had the alternate personality of Thorn. She ran away from Alan Scott, pregnant with her 2 twin children, and she died in childbirth, or gave them up to adoption, and then died. So Alan Scott never knew that he had kids, and they got put into separate homes for adoption. And unfortunately, Todd landed in a home where his adoptive father was very abusive towards him. And he actually found out that he had a twin and that he had powers, and ran away from home to meet up with her and find their father, who they believed to be the Alan Scott Green Lantern, and it turned out that they were right. So, having reestablished relationship with their father, they were both invited to join, well, not join, but sort of be taught by the JSA members who were still presently alive. They decided then they didn't want to be part of the JSA, and went off to form, along with other sons and daughters of JSAers, to form their own team called Infinity Inc. And that lasted for quite a while. Todd, as Obsidian, used his shadow power as a hero for quite some time. He even managed to join a version of the Justice League, although that was short-lived. Then he rejoined the JSA. No, wait, he wasn't. However, he was slowly corrupted by the also shadow-powered Ian Karkull, and fought the JSA, allying himself with the Dark Lord Mordru and Eclipso. He was cured of the influence of Ian Karkull and trying to rebuild his reputation as a hero. And he just recently came out of the closet as a gay person. And in the more recent stories of JSA, he was the subject of an attack, and his powers forced him to be contained in an egg-like cocoon. However, he managed to break out of that state. Later on, the Starheart that powered his father, Green Lantern, did something screwy with both him and Jade, so that whenever they were close to each other, they started to merge and become one entity. So for some reason, people thought that this would be interesting. So he is now forced to remain apart from his sister, or else they will reemerge and the Starheart will possess Alan Scott and try to destroy the world again. And that's currently where he is right now, as far as I know, in the comics. I do think it's kind of cool that they went for, you got a sort of a little theme here where you have father and son together in the same wave. That was pretty cool. You're not one of the characters that a lot of people would really know unless you're a big JSA fan / Infinity Inc. fan. But yeah, so for me, he was really a must-have character. But other people might not be so inclined to go out and get him. Yeah. Anyway, so that's it for Obsidian, or Todd Rice, as they call him, probably for legal reasons. Stay tuned for for the next review, which will be on the Golden Age Hour Man. And until then, see ya.